Last video, we left off at seeds having been planted for bilingualism. Well, the seeds may have been put in the ground, but they had not been watered yet. In fact, as the population grew in the colonies, so did the tensions between the French and the English. Surprise, surprise! The Constitutional Act of 1791 gave British colonies a new form of government. Each colony had its own governor and a legislative assembly chosen by elective voters. Sounds reasonable, right? Yeah, well, maybe if you're a rich English guy, because that's who held all the power. This, of course, causes, yep, you guessed it, conflict. So let's imagine two colonies, Lower Canada, which is French-speaking, and Upper Canada, which is English-speaking. At the head of both of these governments is a governor, a rich English guy appointed or picked by Britain to control the affairs of each colony, and his two helpers, the Executive and Legislative Council. This group of men held all the power. In Upper Canada, they were called the Family Compact, and in Lower Canada, they were called the Chateau Clique. So to be fair, there was an elected assembly, but it had very little power. In fact, the Chateau Clique and the Family Compact were filled with business friends and relatives of the governor. And this is why they had so much power. These men passed laws that favored, their own interests and basically did things that would be sure to benefit them. As you can imagine, this caused conflict, and people in both Upper and Lower Canada started to demand change. And why wouldn't they? A rich English governor appointed by Britain controlling affairs in Canada? This does not make sense. So we'll start with Lower Canada. Why were these people unhappy? Well, let's see. First off, people in Lower Canada felt that their needs or the needs of the people were not being met and that the government was taking away valuable farmland. They were also being made to pay lots of taxes, and they felt that ordinary people should have more power. They also wanted the government to pay for improvements on the roads and canals. In Lower Canada, a rebel group called the Patriots formed under the leadership of Louis-Joseph Papineau. They created the 92 resolutions that expressed their concerns and their desire for change. Long story short, they tried to rebel, the British retaliated, the rebels lost. But this is not the end of the story. In Upper Canada, the people were mad because the good farmland was being given to the friends of the Family Compact. Loyalists who had immigrated to Canada felt that they had earned the right to govern themselves. Also, people in Upper Canada wanted to trade with the U.S., and this colony felt that they needed and wanted more power to govern their own affairs. A rebel group called the Reformers formed in Upper Canada under the leadership of William Lyon Mackenzie. These people presented the 7th report on grievances to the government that expressed their concerns and their desire for change. Just like in Lower Canada, long story short, the rebels fought, the British retaliated, and the British won. But like I said, this is not the end of the story. Although the fighting had ended, there is always a lasting impact. In Lower Canada, the Francophones felt that they were wronged, and this feeling of injustice would last a long time. It was clear that they wanted reform and more power for their people. The same was felt in Upper Canada. The British were forced to realize that change was necessary. Bottom line, things had to change if people were going to live peacefully with each other.